Hi guys, Scott Barra here. Today we're going to go over how to create a basic layered split. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to actually use more than two parts. So in most cases, two parts can be a layer, two parts can be a split. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and layer two parts in the upper section and a single at the bottom. But we're going to go about it a couple different ways, and I want to make sure that you understand. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to an initialized scene. And when we're in an initialized scene, we know that no other thing is set in there or other programs or parameter changes. It's a clean slate, and that's where we want to start. So right now I am in scene 16, number 1, which has nothing in it. And what I need to do is go ahead and pick the three sounds that I want to use. So let me go into the part view. And I'm going to select the first part, and I'm going to check the model bank, and it's a Jupiter, and I'm good with that. So I'm going to go to that part, and keep in mind that when you're selecting parts for selecting the sounds or editing them or anything like that, that these have to be corresponding to the part number that you're using. Again, these are the part select areas. So since this is the first part, I've selected 1. I'll go over to the screen and then pick the sound that I want. All right. I like that, we'll go with that one. I'll go to the next part, select that, and then pick the sound that I want. Okay, I know I like this one. That sounds good, perfect. Okay, so that's gonna be my bass. Now the reason why I selected the first part and then the second as the bass instead of the third possibly as the bass is that I can use the split button to get me halfway there, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let's go ahead and select the third part. We'll go into there. I'm in a Juno 106. I'm going to go ahead and check this. And I want some sort of a string sound. So let me turn that one on and make sure it's the sound I want. All right, that works. That's perfect. Okay, great. So now I've got my 3 parts selected. Now, if I layered them all, that would be just turning them on, and it's just going to sound as one. It's not going to be a split of any kind. So how do I get the split? One way to do it is that if I hit the split button, it's automatically going to split the part 1 and part 2. Again, if we remember from an earlier video, and if not, you're just watching this for the first time, the first part is in the upper section. The second part is going to be in the lower. Now this went ahead and split with these two, bass and string. A buzzy sound. Okay, so those two are separate, and the split point's going to be here. Right there on C. So how do I get the third part in there? Well, one option is I can just turn it on, and it's going to go all the way across the keyboard. Maybe this is what you want. Maybe you want the bass in the low, plucky sound in the top, and strings all the way across. Well, at this point, you're done, and it was just being able to hit that split button. There's the split, add the part, and you can check it. String goes all the way across, bass is there, and the pluck is only up here. So that's kind of a cool little way to get halfway into it with the layer. Okay, now let's say for instance this isn't what we wanted to do. Our third sound we actually want to be split with the first. So the way to do that is that we actually have to go into the menu, and let me show you how to do that. So if we go over to the menu section here and we go ahead and hit menu, we're going to do a scene edit because this is encompassed all in one thing, one scene. We'll hit enter, and then we need to page over to the right a couple times until we see the key range. So keyboard switch, key range low, key range upper. What this is the lower setting in the sound and the upper setting in the sound, and what we're going to do is we're just going to squeeze it in. The range that's on it is way past the keyboard that's sitting here, so that if we were using other controllers or other things, those sounds are still sitting in those areas, or if we do octave shifts. More about that later. So how do I know which one that I am adjusting when I'm on this screen? Again, remember your part select. So this would be the first part, this would be the second. Notice how it's changing, and this would be the third. I can look at the second and I can see where the key range goes up to C4, and I can look at the first part and I can see that it stops at C#4. So I'm probably going to want my third part to be at that C#. So select the third part, go over to the key range, come down, and then just bring it up to C#4. And you can see how it's just moving up. We're going one by one. C#. Oops, went too far. C#4. So now I should have the plucky sound and the strings up here and the bass down here. So let's check it. There's the bass all by itself. No strings up here. Okay, so now that we've got our split all done, we've got our layer up here and down here, how do we save it? Always save your work. So it's really easy to save. All you do is hit the right button. We want to go in and we want to make sure that we are saving a scene. So if that scene is selected, we would hit enter. We would store it. So it's telling you and asking you, where do you want to save this? So I could save this anywhere in here. So let's go ahead and put it at the very, let's put it 16.1. That's perfect. Enter. And now this is where we would name it. So we'll go in and we'll name it Split Scene. Now that we have our name, we'll go ahead and hit enter and hit enter again. And now it's saved. Now you don't lose your work and you can move forward. Thanks again so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.